going on, Jerome's? So it's a beautiful day. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of rainy and overcast, but it is Thursday. We made it, and I don't know. We'll see how the officials are going to help the Chiefs beat the Broncos again tonight. But the whole thing about Minnesota sports is that there's just so much pain, and it feels like this entire every single major sport in the Twin Cities and the great state of Minnesota, they can't win except for the Lynx, like a handful of years ago. And I know the Twins at 87 and 91, but the Wild, the Wolves, the Vikings, and the Twins, and of course the Gophers, just I don't know what it is. I really don't. And the Twins, and so I'm not a huge baseball fan, but even though I understand what the hell was going on last night. Like, you're not going to win with 3 hits. Royce Lewis deserves better. Rocco freaking Baldelli is like, hey, you know that guy, your starting pitcher who's doing really well? Pull him because of analytics. Ooh, story time. So the pitcher who gave up the Astros home run, the 2-1 or 2-run, 3-run, whatever one, the one that gave them the lead early that they didn't relinquish. So we were kind of talking poo-poo about him, and like this middle-aged lady turned around and was like, "That's my cousin." I was like, "Your family should pitch better." It was such a dickish thing to say, but in the moment, it felt good. It's just like, also, so if you're a family member in the stands, like if your guy is playing poorly, maybe you should just be like, I don't know him. I'm Carlos Correa's cousin instead. I don't know, man. I don't know. But either way, nothing but pain. And yeah, we know. At least the seats were good. So anyways, diving on into this. So Sling and Sean Mannion, who we've talked about, who is only here by the grace of Kirk Cousins. Again, 0 ties to KOC, 0 ties to Kevin O'Connell. He didn't even try out for the team. He wasn't even part of the workout. Colt McCoy was. So Sean Mannion is back because Kirk Cousins likes him in the quarterback room, and he likes golfing with him. That's it. But of course, a big to-do has been made about the Vikings issuing Tanner Morgan number 19, and then Sean Mannion also gets number 19, which of course Adam Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen's digits. But if we go through the rooster, and I don't have a graphic for it because I'm just going to try and do it from memory, but 0 through 18, the other eligible quarterback numbers are all taken. So Davenport, Greg Joseph, Madison, number 3 is Addison, 4 is 4 is Powell. There you go. 5 is Blackman, 6 is Scene, 7 is Murph, 8 is 9 is Tristan Jackson, 10 retired, 11 is Najee Thompson, 12 is Mullins, 13 is 13 someone. No, 13 is N'Keal Harry. 14 is Wright, the right stuff. 15, I don't know who 15 is. 15 is taken by someone. I should look this up. I should be a professional. Screw it. This is a good pod. But, of course, what do you expect? I mean, these dump videos are basically a dumpster fire. 15 is Lucky Jackson. There you go. 16 is Jaron Hall. 17 is KJ. 18 is So 19 is the only quarterback eligible number. Although I will say, back in the day, number 20 for a quarterback is sexy. Like like Heath Schuler or number 20 at Tennessee. Obviously, it didn't work out for him in the pros, but I don't know. I just feel like 20 is like Friday Night Lights. Mike Winchell, number 20 for the Permian Panthers. Woo, mojo. I don't know, man. This is fantastic. So Kevin O'Connell talking up Jordan Addison being the wide receiver 1 in place of Justin friggin' Jefferson. Andrew Kramer, Start Tribune, go. KOC on Addison, quote, he was one of my favorite players I evaluated in the draft. Since then, it's been positive after positive outside of driving a little fast one time. My expectations is we hit the gas with Jordan this weekend, no pun intended. There was all the puns intended. Kevin O'Connell's got jokes. He's trying to lighten the mood. 1 and 4 wanting some more, but he's got a point. And Addison, it feels like that was his introduction to the fan base, but he's really papered over that with great play on the field. And I think that he could and should be the wide receiver one in Jefferson's absence, and we're definitely going to see what he's got these next couple of games. Also, speaking of these next couple of games, so Kirk Cousins, a lot has been made about Kirk and his no trade clause and the Vikings barreling towards the trade deadline, which would occur after the Packers game week 8. So these next 3 games at the Bears, Niners, Monday Night Football, and then at the Packers are going to determine what's going to happen at the trade deadline to a large extent. And Kirk Cousins, so he's never really sidestepped the question about trade speculation before. He's always been relatively direct about it, but now he gave a non-answer answer. He said this, quote, "I'm focused on the Bears and going 1-0 this week. Anything else is not worth my time, energy, or attention." So that's not a no. That's a non-denial denial. So even though we've listed the reasons before why Kirk wouldn't waive his no-trade clause, but I think JJ being out certainly changes that calculus, and we'll see. I mean, things could get weird in these next couple weeks, man. Speaking of weird, the Vikings, even though coming into the season, had some hopes after the 13-4 season, and frankly, this year's team is better than last year, but that's the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes. ESPN did up a 2024 NFL draft order projections in terms of factoring in remaining strength of schedule and and the Vikings ended up 9th. All right, so average draft position 12.7. FPI chance to earn the number 1 overall pick, only 1%. Chance to earn top 5 pick, 13%. Chances to earn a top 10 pick, 41.5%. So it's the worst of both worlds. Of course, some of us fans want the team to win games and string things together, and through hook or by crook, whatever, just get into the dance. You got a chance. Oh, but just X in the first round. Hey, at least you got there. Hey, you can't win the whole thing unless you're in the whole thing. That's it, man. And the people who want the team to tank, they ain't getting that either. But as we said before, like if there was a class where you didn't need to be at the top of the draft to find your quarterback of the future, this one is it. There's going to be 5-6 quarterbacks in the first round, probably 10 in the top 100. I mean, this is going to be a very deep quarterback class, man. But also the dream, found the love of a lifetime. So I'm a very, very much a roll with the punches, type fan of the Vikings. Where, hey, Vikings gonna win. Would love to see it. If things go sideways and pear-shaped, and they decide to be sellers at the trade deadline, and they trade Cousins if he waives his no trade clause, they trade Daniil, they do everything, and then they're all in on Caleb Williams. Apparently, I'm in on that too. I mean, I certainly would not turn down a future franchise quarterback, but as we said, you don't need to be at the top of the draft. You don't need to take the first quarterback in this very deep quarterback class. And we've gone over the historical hit rate and miss rate of quarterbacks up at the top of the draft before in previous videos. But I know Caleb Williams is looking good, man. Is looking really damn good. Also, USC. So, again, as a quasi-USC fan, this is going to be tough because, first off, USC's defense is ass. Thank you. Like, I don't understand it. Like, Mekhi Blackman leaves, and all of a sudden the defense just sucks. Like, how are you not able to recruit dogs in the front 7 at USC, man? Doesn't make sense. But USC, I mean, their next 6 games are going to be rough. So they're at South Bend, then versus Utah, which is certainly not a gimme. At Cal, rivalry game, versus Washington, tough-ass game. Also, Michael Penix versus Caleb Williams. Let's go. And then at Oregon against Bo Nix, and then versus UCLA, crosstown rival and Chip Kelly. So, I mean, we're going to see what Caleb Williams could do. And there is a recent sort of talking point of, like, can Caleb Williams actually operate well against pressure? And that's a concern because, I mean, you see a lot of these quarterbacks, whether by design, whether by just offensive lines being much better than the defensive lines that they're facing, having all day to operate. And, of course, college being a much more wide-open game, throwing to wide-open receivers, wide-open windows. It ain't like that in the NFL. So it's always like, I understand that Caleb Williams is a can't-miss prospect, but can't-miss prospects have missed before, man. But we'll see. I'm a big Caleb Williams fan, and I, of course, would not mind this, no matter how it goes down, man. Speaking of not happening, so Taylor Swift is going to be in attendance at the Chiefs-Broncos game in Kansas City this evening. So since they officially started dating, Taylor Swift has gone to Bears at Chiefs in Kansas City. She has gone to the Jets game in New York, but really New Jersey. She is going to go to the Broncos and Chiefs game again in Kansas City. She skipped Chiefs at Vikings. So people could say, oh, I mean, this is just scheduling. She's not touring. Oh, this could be the other thing. This is clearly Taylor Swift spitting in the face of the hardworking, salt-of-the-earth people of the great state of Minnesota. That's exactly what happens. Even though at U.S. Bank Stadium, those 2 nights of the Eras Tour were huge. Were 2 of the largest nights for her tour. But hey, Minnesota peasants, you already had me. And it's like, all these tickets are already sold. Oh, you're actually here to watch a football game? I can't financially benefit from this. Oh, be gone, peasants. Let them eat cake. Please. Actually, this is of course all tongue-in-cheek and shtick. I mean, I don't know, maybe she had a friend's birthday party that weekend, or like a baby shower. You can't skip baby showers because then it's a whole thing amongst the friend group. I don't know, man. I don't know. But either way, Taylor Swift, I would laugh if they actually somehow, some way stay together throughout the season and she goes to every game except for the Vikings game. Because I would just fuel the narratives even more, man. So there you go. But pain. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.